The Johnny Program on UBC TV.
Hello viewers, thank you for watching UBC, and I'm glad today we are at Igongo Cultural Center and Country Hotel. I'm Moses Kashuri. I'm the museum curator specifically, and the curator mainly is the person who is in charge of museum, who does the research, exhibits, and is mainly looking after objects, and in this case for Igongo, also he promotes culture. Igongo Cultural Center is an initiative whose aim is to study, document, conserve, and present the culture and natural heritage of southwestern Uganda. That's why we have a museum here. And here we say where the future meets the past. But the theme for the museum is very simple. Wisdom is rooted in the past. So our aim is not only to promote tourism, but also to promote our heritage, our culture, values, and norms of the people of southwestern Uganda. The museum and the name Igongo Cultural Center specifically comes from a hill, which is important in the history of Ankole, because it's on this hill that in 1420, when it rained so heavily and water flooded and started killing animals and human beings, the king of Ankole at the time, called Ntare Rugamba, ordered the diviners to take a white spotless cow to that hill, where they sacrificed it, prayed and supplicated, and until water went back from what we call up to now, Lake Mburu. It's on that hill that we get the name Igongo Country Hotel and Cultural Center, or the other way around. But this place where we are is called Buharwe, and we say we are in Buharwe mainly for two reasons. One is that Buharwe was the center of many palaces of kings of Ankole, and then two, we use Buharwe to remember a period in the history of Ankole that was called Ijuganyonza. Ijuganyonza is the time when Bunyoro and the king Orime Rwitamahanga attacked and looted all cows from Ankole. So Banyankole men, who are used to using cows as dowry of bride price, had no cows. They would run to the weird to pick berries called the Nyonza, until when the mighty Bunyoro went ahead and attacked Rwanda and looted cows. But as they were taking them through Ankole, when they had reached this place called Buharwe, a total eclipse of the sun happened, that is in 1520, and when it happened, the Banyoro were frightened. They ran away and left the cows behind, and Banyankole took them over. But it did not end there, because when they left the cows and Buganda knew of the information that they had left the cows looted from Rwanda in Ankole, they thought probably they were fought and weakened. And so the Kawaka of Buganda decided to go and attack Bunyoro and Poranda, as was the norm at the time. Unfortunately, Kabaka Nachiwingi found there a strong gallant Banyoro army, and he was killed in the battles that were fought there. Here mainly, our foundation was the desire and the need to showcase the values, the history of this region. For your information, 80 to 95% of the tourists who come to Uganda, they visit Western Uganda. And that being the case, there was a need for a place where these tourists, where these many people were traveling to know how the people in the area were able to keep these animals around them. We are able to preserve their values and norms. And that place is the reason why we are here. And the initiators, the founders of this place, decided to set up a place where people would come to learn, know about the history and the values, and how people in this area were able to stay side by side with all these valuable animals that stay in this area. And that's where the foundation of Igongo Cultural Center lies. From starting the museum to the craft shop, which would offer souvenirs, to KK restaurant. And with time, we've grown to have a 52-star 4-star hotel, and the other facilities that are conference centers, the swimming pool, a spa with the massage, salon, gym, sauna, and so on. But we've not stopped there. We have also across the center an Eclipse monument. For me, as an employee and somebody who is a curator here, I'd find this museum as a collection of artifacts, information panels, traditions, norms, and values, plus the history of the people of southwestern Uganda. It is in this museum where you can notice the creativity, the innovativeness, the desire and the research that was done by our grandparents who looked at the resources at their disposal and were able to extract objects, items that they used in their homes and values. Some of these objects and items are still important up to now, and people still use them. For example, the skills, our traditional skills, like iron smelting, basketry, carpentry, these are skills that need to have evolved over time, because up to now, they still produce objects that are useful in our homes. There are simple things like a rekome, which is a simple calabash that has 3 holes, and this small object is still important in marriages, the giving away of a girl up to now. But the museum is divided mainly into 5 sections. That is the skills section, family and livelihood, the community, the history, and the recent events. And indeed, among the most important objects that we have in the museum that was done through the skill of carpentry is a chance, the milk pot, the milk vessel. This vessel is not only important in a home of a cattle keeper, but it satisfies. It is one of the objects that is mandatory when somebody is getting married in this region. And in this case, these skills have produced objects, items that are not only for using the homes, but also for defense, like spears, like pangas, and so on, which people use it to defend themselves, but also to steal and construct homes and families. Igongo is one of the main stopovers on the way to the whole of Western Uganda. One, it has employed many people. It has provided jobs to the local people. It has provided a market for the produce of the people in the area. It has increased on the value of things like a farm. When we talk about Igongo, it does not end with the museum, but in an attempt to promote the whole region, we've encouraged local tourism, where we have people visiting gardens, getting involved in experiential activities like traditional beer brewing, pottery, visiting Ankole cows, and many more activities. Igongo Country Hotel and Culture Center is a place that is developing on a rapid scale, but it cannot develop higher than the development of the country. We can work with all tourism-loving people in the industry to promote it more. We would wish to have a museum, and this museum to become a learning museum. We would wish to work with institutions for our students, for our young generations, to come and learn, to do more research, so that our young generations are able to have a place where they can call, or that can be used as a reference for them to understand and appreciate their culture and their values and the history. We have challenges like any other institution. One of the challenges is probably our location and the changes in the patterns of the tourism seasons in Uganda. Like the whole country, we have facilities which are not occupied 100%. We have seasonal tourists. If we could do something as an institution, but also as a country and an industry, we would wish to boost the numbers of people who visit us, improve the skills of our employees, and market this area and country better. For those tourists or Ugandans and East Africans, for the tourists and East Africans and Africans and whoever, Igongo is the only place where you will get one first-hand experience of our ways of life. Is one place where you will go through an experience that explains how we've evolved from, say, 800 years ago up to now. But also, it is here that you will get first-class services in the industry, the tourism industry, in our accommodation, in our swimming pool, in our spa, and all this area. A museum has levels of service, and one of the important service we offer is guiding. If I may say, Europeans wrote that the problem in Africa, if we want to hide information, you put it into a book. Why we went for the museum is we needed a facility that has people who can explain and interpret the resources at the center. So a guide is always available. We are open from 1st January to 31st December. From 7 in the morning up to midnight for the museum. But the hotel and the other facilities are open 24 hours. My last remark, I would want to say thank you, the crew of UBC, for taking your time and thinking about us, for coming to take this interview. I would like to appreciate the contribution of many people in the tourism industry, but also call out that we still have a long way to go. Can we all work together and promote this country? Because it's a wonderful country. That's why we are called the Pearl of Africa. And for those other people, I would like to encourage parents, guardians, to help young ones understand and appreciate who they are, their culture, their heritage, norms, and values. Igongo Country Hotel and Culture Center has a website which you can visit. You can contact us on phones, emails, contact us through the website, books through the website, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, and all these available. But also you can use a phone. And like I say, we are open. Even if we are just on your way, please stop over. We are open to receive you.
My name is George Ochiel. I'm the current general manager of Igongo Country Hotel and Cultural Center. Igongo is situated 13 kilometers from Mbarara City. In fact, if you're coming from Kampala, you will reach Igongo before you reach Mbarara. We are situated near Mburu Lake, and this is actually a stopover for tourists going to Bwindi to see our silverback and all that. We are a 4-star hotel. We have 52 rooms. We have a cultural center. My colleague just talked. We have a massive conference room and a splash ground and swimming pool where you can come and relax. We are situated in a camp area of Buhari near Mbarara. A 4-star hotel is basically a topmost. Between 4 and 5, there's not so much difference. This is where there's quality service. This is where amenities are quality. This is where staff are trained. All our managers are trained. And most of the time, 98% of the time, you will not be disappointed when you stay with us. In terms of our staff, getting to know what you want, anticipating what you need, and giving you that special service that you need in a recreational and a hotel in a place like this. We have, for example, we have a spa. In this spa, we have a swimming pool, we have a gym, we have sauna, we have steam, we have a resting place, and we have massages where you can have your massage and relax. Our rooms, which we have just renovated, new things, new bed sheets, new facilities, your coffee making, everything that you expect in a quality rooms. Our conference rooms are all packed with conference facilities like PA system, nice seats. We also provide water. We provide each and every room has. We have also a translation room, etc. What you expect in a MICE. In a big way. We have 2 or 3 different types of meal. We have a buffet. In fact, this is the only hotel that has and can provide buffet every day in our KK restaurant. We also have buffet breakfast that we are very proud of, because people normally come as they pass, they come and have. We also offer a la carte menus that you can enjoy. This is a hotel that is associated with our culture, the culture of South and Western. So if you look deeply, you will see we have merged the culture together with modern type of amenities. Being a 4-star hotel, okay, we are not only gearing to our local and those who are local guests, but we aim at our tourists. You know, you have to operate to a certain level to attract tourists. We'll choose where you want to pitch your tent, because they know at Igongo there's security. If they decide to upgrade, for example, the food will be up to the standard. In our kitchen, we follow what is called HACCP. And so our food is up there. They will not be afraid of any food poisoning or whatsoever. We serve wholesome food because our process is geared and checked with these HACCP procedures. We welcome everyone. We welcome everyone. But no, we welcome everyone, not only tourists. We've made our standard in such a way that even us Ugandans, we still want to enjoy good things. Okay? So Igongo would give you beautiful things. We'll give you luxury that anyone else would. There is no one that will tell you, I do not want anything up to standard. We all want good things. It is going to be served by professionals. They will serve you, and the environment is also different. They say beer tastes different depending on where you are. Okay, and so if you have your beer here, it's going to taste different. At the moment, we are 4-star, but for sure, our aim is to be 5-star, and that will happen. We're also asking for more clients. We are asking for people to come out more, especially Ugandans, to come out more and enjoy their product. As my colleague had said, we are a beautiful Southwestern museum that needs to be, kids need to learn. Parents need to bring their kids out to see what we offer. And in the process, I am sure they will enjoy what we have here. If that happens on a regular basis, our route will be 5-star, because that route requires heavy investment. That route requires us to put in money to be able to do that. That can only happen if we increase our guest volumes, okay, and our traffic. From a professional point of view, competition is good, but not undercutting. Undercutting does not work and does not help anyone. As a hotel professional and as a GM, I would ask the rest of the managers, instead of undercutting prices, let's come together and work together. Undercutting means if I'm selling a product, say my room for 200,000 Uganda shillings, somebody decides to sell for 80, just because, to go very cheap, so that they get the mass. That at the end of the day doesn't work for them. It is good to work together. Mbarara is not big, so the bed capacity is not a lot. If we work together, we will fill these beds without undercutting each other. Because if I book, for example, 100 guests today, and I can only have 52 to stay with me, where are the rest going to? I will look for a neighbor and say, can you take this? At more or less the same price that those guests are staying with me. That way will be a symbiosis kind of a relationship, as opposed to fighting each other. Another challenge that is not competition is it is important for us to, we've seen an outflux of guests that are of companies that are coming out of America and all these other countries because of some of the policies that has been made. I'm not going to be specific in these policies, but I would say any policy that politicians would like to make, they should think about tourism, because sometimes if you just come out and say something, you don't know the repercussion of it. Some things you should say quietly, some things, so that the tourist feels, safe. We are proud of our birds. When you wake up in the morning, they wake you up with music, Have you ever seen another hotel with birds like that? There is none. We are proud. We are proud. They travel sometimes to even countries like South Africa, and they come. They also help the neighborhood. This is a cow area. They help the neighborhood by landing on their cows and eating their ticks and all that. And then in the evening, they will come back and perch at Igongo. So if you're a bird lover, this is a place you would be taking those pictures, but as you're having your breakfast at the terrace. You can get us on our website. You can also get us on TripAdvisor, on Booking.com. And I can promise you, you will not be disappointed.